Hello, I am Specialist Garrett Dacko with 11th Signal Brigade. On this week's podcast, we are talking about Family Advocacy Program, Child Youth Services, Army Substance Abuse Program, and Sexual Harassment and Sexual Assault Response and Prevention. On this week's episode of The Great Big Podcast. Cue the music!
Hello, everyone. This is Janice Wright from the Fort Hood Garrison Public Affairs Office, and this is the month of the military child. So this week, we talked to representatives from the Family Advocacy Program as well as Child Youth Services. Ladies, would you like to go ahead and introduce yourselves?
All right. Hey, my name is Antoinette Reese. I am a registered nurse, a home visitor. I work with New Parent Support, but I'm here representing Family Advocacy Program, the prevention side, that is.
And I'm Regina Martinez. I am the Parent and Outreach Administrator for Child and Youth Services.
So today we're going to be talking about each of your respective departments, which is the Family Advocacy Program and CYS, or Child and Youth Services, correct?
Yes.
So we'll start with you, Antoinette. Tell us a little bit about FAP.
So in reference, and we are talking in reference to the Child Abuse Prevention Month and Month of the Military Child, which is the whole month of April. And so what's important to know about the Family Advocacy Program, the prevention side, is that we are a program. We're governed by AR 608-18, or the Army regulation, that is. And we focus on prevention and education for military members and their family.
So what special resources and services does the FAP program offer?
Yes. So there are three programs within FAP that I would like to highlight in reference to April. So we have our New Parent Support. And so we assist children from ages 0 to 3 and the parents of children ages 0 to 3. We offer programs to include the Shaken Baby Syndrome class, which is mandatory if parents deliver here on Fort Hood. We have additional classes such as the Infant Care, Daddy Boot Camp. And then we also have our home visitation program where we assist parents in learning about potty training, breastfeeding or lactation support, age-appropriate discipline, and boot camp for dads.
Wow. So let me just get this straight. You actually do home visits and you actually go and sit with the mom and show her how to do all those things, the breastfeeding, the discipline. You actually have someone that goes to the home? Right.
They would be assigned a home visitor if they use the home visitation services, where we do come out to the homes. They'd be assigned a home visitor, an exclusive home visitor. They would work with that home visitor as far as any goals that they have for as far as parenting, so picky eaters, potty training, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that they're going through those things, that they are crying too much or having those issues, but they can be more of a preventative. So my child is going into this age of walking or potty training, so how do I best implement that at home and teaching the child?
Okay. Yeah. Those are such, normal, things. I don't think people think that they can actually get help to address that if they're, struggling with that. So that's great.
Right. And it's a free program. It's completely voluntary. So it's definitely a great resource especially for new parents who are new to this area. We can help with resources. We also can help, as far as dads or moms deploying. So we can just be a support system. A lot of people come here and they don't have that support. So that's what we're here for. Yeah.
Exactly. So what other major programs that you want to talk about today?
Yeah, so there's also our FAP educators. They educate, so they work with parents and children of all ages, of course, but more so of educating for the parents and older children. And so they teach different classes. They have like common sense parenting, blended families, parenting styles for teens. They have the car seat safety inspections. So parents who, that's their first child, they've never put a car seat in, they are certified to make sure that that car seat is safe, just like, if they went to the fire department. So they have that same certification to check for free. And all of these things are free for military and their families. And so a lot of those classes just cover, different parenting styles. Sometimes, if they're having issues with their teens, or sometimes we have blended families, they can come and get the education they need to help support them in their journey.
Okay. Is there anything else or any other programs you want our readers to know about?
And then lastly, one of the programs, the Exceptional Family Members Program. So EFMP, this is one program that's also on our prevention side, but then there's the EFMP for Major Cotter side, so on the clinical side. Speaking to the EFMP on the prevention side, they provide workshops for families with children with special needs. So, they are a good program. So sometimes, you have families with children with different disabilities, different things that require them to be in specific locations as far as their PCS move. And so this program specifically will help in their PCS, whether they can go to one duty station or can't go. They help in making sure that that family stays together and they get the resources they need medically. But then they have navigators, because that program is kind of special all in and of itself. And so there's navigators within EFMP that help them navigate their situation, because they need a bit more support than, the families with children that don't have special needs.
Okay, so it basically addresses specific accommodations and specific needs.
Absolutely. Right. So that would be a case. So it's a whole process to get into that program. So it's a bit different than, what a family would come to seek our services at New Parent Support in the FAP education department. They would be exclusive to families who qualify for that program.
So what would be the best way for soldiers and military family members to get more information about other programs and services and how to actually sign up for them or enroll?
So we have the main phone number. I figured would be the easiest way, just to give our umbrella ACS number. So 254-287-4ACS, or that's 4227. And so if they call that phone number, they can transfer them to whichever department they're wanting to seek more information about.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
So now we're turning towards Regina. So Regina is going to talk to us today about child and youth services and what we've got going on for Month of the Military Child.
Yes, ma'am. So April is Month of the Military Child. In CYS, this is our absolute favorite month because we get to celebrate kids and youth all month long. So we will be kicking it off with a festival on April 7th from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. at Bronco Youth Center. So there will be lots of fun outdoor and indoor activities for kids, a gaming truck, arts and crafts, just a really great day for families to come out and spend time together and enjoy each other.
It sounds like it's going to be a blast.
Yes, we're really looking forward to it. Festing is what we do best. So and some of the other things that we have to offer in CYS, because we want to make sure that kids have the safest environment possible for all of their care needs, as well as a lot of fun and extracurricular activities to keep them busy and engaged and growing healthy and developmentally. So to start with, we have our child development centers. They care for kids between the ages of 6 weeks and pre-kindergarten. We do have 6 facilities here on the installation, and another great alternative is family child care. These are military spouses that provide child care in their homes. They can care for children as young as 4 weeks of age. And then just to throw this out there, this is an absolutely wonderful career opportunity for military spouses. They do need to live on the installation, but starting pay with Army subsidies for a military spouse with 6 kids in care can be $4,600 a month. When a home becomes fully credited, they can make up to $10,000 a month. So this is a really great opportunity and something they can take from installation to installation.
Now, I have to admit, I didn't know that, but that sounds great, especially for spouses who, may not be working or may choose to work in the home. That would be a great opportunity.
Exactly. Work from home. Of course, your own kids. If you are a stay-at-home mom, this is a great way to make extra money and bring other kids in to have a great time together.
Very much a win-win situation.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So then as kids get older, there's our school age care program. So we offer before and after school care for all of our on-post elementary schools, as well as camps during the school out days. And so this way, even if your child does not attend an on-post school, they can participate in those camps, summer camp, winter break, spring break camp.
As long as they're military affiliated or have an ID card.
Correct. As long as they meet eligibility requirements, active duty, DOD civilians, and of course anybody that works for Child and Youth Services.
Okay. Are there any other big events that you're going to be having coming up or in the near future?
So actually all of our programs will be celebrating Month of the Military Child throughout the month. So in every single program, regardless of the age, so the Child Development Centers I mentioned, the school age care programs, as well as all of our youth centers. So throughout the month, all of them will be having a variety of fun activities for kids to celebrate. One day that is definitely worth mentioning is Purple Up Day is April 15th. And this is a day where everybody's encouraged to wear purple in support of military children. It does fall on a Saturday this year, so a lot of our programs will be celebrating this day on Friday the 14th.
Okay, so everybody is encouraged to wear purple on
Right.
Friday, April 14th.
Yes.
Great. So you guys all heard it here. Wear purple.
Wear purple.
Even if it's just a little splash of purple, right?
Exactly. Even if you're just wearing a little ribbon on your lapel.
Great, great, great.
So I don't want to skip our teen programs. So we do have four youth centers on the installation. They do after school programs for kids, and they're open on Saturdays as well. We have our youth sports program offering competitive sports, team sports, and a lot of great fun for kids. And then our school liaison officers are available to assist families with education and school transitions.
Very nice. Anything that you guys would like to add?
So registration with CYS takes place at Parent Central Services, which is located in the Shoemaker Center. They do take walk-ins, but of course appointments are recommended. You can schedule an appointment by calling 254-287-8029.
All right. And the only stipulation to being involved is being a DOD member or having an ID card or being a military family member.
Correct.
Okay.
Retirees are also eligible on a space available basis, as well as
Okay.
military contractors.
Excellent, excellent. Lots going on for the month of Military Child. Anything else you ladies would like to add?
I would like to add our events that we're having through FAP. So we are having, we have our monthly events that are going on. They're happening every month, but for the month of the Military Child, we have 4 special events outside of what normally is occurring. So we have a Shaken Baby Syndrome class. We do teach that every month, but this one will be a larger group. It'll be in person. Typically, we teach that class virtually, but like I said, it'll be in person at the Spirit of Fort Hood. It's registration based, but it'll be slightly longer. We kind of expanded that class just to put special emphasis on, child safety for April. So that will be April 5th from 7 in the morning till 8 in the morning. This is happening kind of combined with P3T or postpartum pregnancy PT. They have classes every Wednesday, so we've kind of jumped in and used their space to make this available for soldiers and their spouses to take. This is, again, a mandatory class on Fort Hood if you're delivering on Fort Hood. So if mom is 28 weeks pregnant and beyond, then sign up. You can go ahead and take that class, and it's one less thing you have to do once they're discharged from the hospital.
So once again, it's mandatory for mommies or mommies to be.
Right, for moms and for mom and spouse. So if they're delivering on Fort Hood, that is a mandatory class that they will have to take before they're discharged from the hospital.
Okay.
So we're giving that class, and then FAP is also going to have a USO. So it's a free movie night. We're collabing with USO. So it's going to be a movie from 5 to 8, 5 in the evening. Until 8 in the evening. So it's going to be at the Fort Hood USO Indoor Theater. It's only going to allow for 30 people to come. So they do need to call and sign up and register for that as well.
And when is that happening?
That is April 14th from 5 to 8 in the evening.
Make sure you guys register so you can get in there. Do you know what's showing?
It is going to be in Kanto. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Make sure you sign up and get your tickets.
Yes, sign up, please. And then we have our Explore, Learn, and Play. So we call it Play Morning. Again, that happens every Wednesday throughout the month, but we're going to have a special Saturday Play Morning. It will be April 22nd from 10 in the morning till 12 in the afternoon. And we decided we typically do that annually. I know this will be our first one in a while since COVID. So, but we like to have that Saturday play morning because a lot of times the soldier doesn't get to come because it's during the workday. So we encourage for the spouses to come out with their children and make it a family affair. It's going to be at the Bronco Youth Center. So everything that I'm naming here is free of charge. So just for the learn and play, just come on out and just have fun.
Well, we look forward to seeing all of our listeners to come out to the activities, the events, the programs that we've talked about today. So thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Save money and get special military discounted tickets to your favorite attractions like Six Flags, Schlitterbahn, SeaWorld, Disney World, and more. Stop by our Leisure Travel Services office located right here on post to get those tickets. For more information, go to our website at hood.armymwr.com. Have fun!
Hello and welcome. This is Corporal Kyra Pearl with the 3rd Armored Corps Public Affairs Office.
And this is Eric Franklin with your Garrison Public Affairs Office. We are talking about the Army Substance Abuse Program as well as the SHARP program. Do you mind introducing yourself, ladies?
Yes. So, hi, my name is Hal Batts, and I am the Supervisory Sexual Assault Response Coordinator at 3 Corps in Fort Hood. And I am with like what our gentleman said, a SHARP program, which stands for Sexual Harassment Assault Response Prevention Program.
And Mel?
Hello, my name is Lanika Harris, and I'm with the Army Substance Abuse Program here in Fort Hood, of course. And I am a prevention coordinator for the program.
And so do you mind just telling us a little bit about what your program actually does, your programs do?
Well, our program focuses on many things, but maybe we'll go over first who is the governing or what is the governing regulation when it comes to the SHARP program.
Okay.
The SHARP program is governed by the Army Regulation 600-20, which focuses on several things: prevention, education and training, response. Also, the same thing goes with the reporting procedures. It is a program that enhances, as we know, the Army readiness, right? Fostering the culture free of those things, which is sexual harassment and sexual assault. So it also includes the accountability that we know of, and also enhances the safety, the well-being, and overall mission readiness in the Army.
And so for you, how long have you been with the SHARP program?
Interesting you asked me that. My colleague actually, as we were coming in here, asked me about that. So I've been in the SHARP program since 2011.
Okay.
I started it overseas, but I've seen the move since 2008 up in Fort Jackson,
Okay.
South Carolina.
So you've got some experience.
Yes, very well. I'm going to say yes.
And what is the ASAP program about?
The ASAP program is the Army Substance Abuse Program where we focus on prevention and education when it comes to substance use, whether it be drugs or alcohol.
How does the ASAP program help soldiers struggling with substance abuse or addiction?
With the ASAP program, we have, of course, we're prevention and education, and that is our primary focus, is to provide waves of training prevention, and one of the keys would be what we teach is alcohol drug abuse prevention training, what we call as ADAP. And this is a mandatory course where when soldiers are involved in an alcohol or drug substance incident, and it comes down on the blotter report, it is mandatory by AR 600-85 within 5 days of that incident that they are enrolled in this course. And in this course, we educate them on the importance of alcohol and substance use.
So just as a casual soldier, whenever I think of substance abuse in the Army, I think of SUD-C. How is ASAP different from SUD-C? Or are they connected? Sorry.
Oh, no, that's a great question. I get that all the time when I'm out in the field training, or when soldiers or units are requesting training, or we have SUD-C. We have SUD-C. Two separate entities, but we work together, meaning SUD-C, Substance Use Disorder Clinical Care, focus on the clinician side, the rehabilitation of the soldier to help them to get back on track. When it comes to the ASAP, Army Substance Abuse Program, when we teach ADAP, our focus is the education side. How are we going to educate them in the forms of prevention, teaching them if they drink, this is how to do it in the according to the low-risk guidelines. Great question.
That makes a lot of sense. So both the SHARP program and the ASAP program is about prevention method.
Well, alcohol definitely is the number one drug of abuse. And because it's the number one drug of abuse based off of its being legal, easily accessible, soldiers tend to feel that because it's legal, it's out there, there's no issue for me going out to get it per se. If it was drugs, which they know drugs are prohibited based off of regulation, because it's easy accessible, that gives me more access to be able to go out and purchase the alcohol.
And so now I don't have to come see you after, a soldier doesn't have to come see you after they've made the blotter. If they feel, or if they're trained a command, or if they feel like, oh man, I may be drinking too much, can they still come see you, or is it only by something happening only?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking that. What I always try to push out to the units, because soldiers are unaware, they always hear command referred.
Mm-hmm.
Command referred, command referred, command referred. Oh, I got in trouble, it's now command referred. Soldiers are unaware about self-referral. So I make it my point when I'm down at the units, educating the team, and to let them know you can self-refer. If you feel you have an alcohol a substance issue, you can go to your EBH clinic, enroll with the SUD-C, and go through that process, and you'll still come see us at the ADAP program. But self-refer is highly, highly recommended.
I really appreciate that we're doing both of your separate programs on the same day, because I feel like a lot of people don't realize how important it is to safely drink. And most, at least in my experience, most SHARP incidents do involve alcohol in some way or form.
Yes, and actually it's about half of our incidences are alcohol related, although it is considered as a contributing factor.
Mm-hmm.
It does affect our physical and our ability to make a clear decision. So therefore, miscommunication in terms of is this consensual or not, right? It can happen.
Correct, because consent can't be given under the influence.
That's correct. That's correct.
And how so? And it goes back. I guess it's going to be for both of you guys. Like if I'm out and I see someone that I see that they're heavily drinking, what type of things could I see if I see them hitting on or trying to aggressively talk to someone else, another battle buddy that's in our unit? What are some of the things that I could do that, because they've been drinking, I can tell that they've been drinking, and I can see where it's leading towards. This could be end us up on the carpet on Monday morning. What are some of the things that I can do to help stop or help step in?
There's several ways, but of course we would like to make sure that the person, I'm going to say you, think about before you jump into this dangerous situation. I want you to think smartly.
Okay.
Are you putting yourself more in danger, or are you looking at safety?
Okay.
So you gotta look. You gotta recon that location and say, how many people are they, and it's only me.
Yeah.
So look at safety first. And the second thing is, what are my options here? Do I have options available? Maybe I can go ahead and grab one or two people on the other side who is not drinking much or less intoxicated, right? And ask them to do several things. We call it 3Ds, which is it is the 3D of the bystander intervention, right? The first one is to directly call it as it is. Call it, if you see that's happening, then call it as it is.
Yeah.
But you got to remember also the safety, okay? And then know how do you draw that diversion from that incident? Maybe perhaps you can go ahead and get someone from the other side and say, hey, I need you to help me distract this situation right now.
Okay.
Right, to be able to do that in part of the distraction part of that 3D. And then the other one is delegate. Maybe there's somebody there that they can appoint, but let's just say I will go ahead and ask Pearl, right, to go ahead and delegate while I distract it. Yeah. Someone will take that person, that battle buddy of mine, somewhere far away where it's more safety.
Okay.
But the number one thing is you have to think about also your safety.
Okay.
And understand your role at that moment. And call it as it is. If you see it, high likely, that's what's happening. And trust your gut. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then after that, it's Monday morning, and those two people have stayed. Everyone stayed apart, since that evening. What do we do now? Like, do I sit back as the bystander? Do I go and I go tell my supervisors, like, hey, Top, First Sergeant, this is what happened over the weekend. I don't know what to do about it, but I don't feel comfortable with what I saw, and they haven't seen each other since that day. But what is my responsibility once everything is cooled down? Do I stay? Do I say, hey, yes, this is what I saw. I didn't feel comfortable with it. I got her out of there. I got them out of there. So now what?
So I think it goes back to what is your personal role.
Okay.
Right? Whether if you are a leader, and leader, we all know that it's mandatory reporter. When you're a leader, whether that soldier is in your formation or out of your formation, there is responsibility that comes along. So if you're a leader, you're a mandatory reporter. You got to know the line of communication when it comes to that. And also one thing is, this is why we do our trainings. Not just annually, and most of the time, some units do it actually quarterly.
Okay.
Is to really know where you at. If you are the leader that is a mandatory reporter, you have to know also the resources. You have to know who you can you go to, right? Your brigade SARC. You have to know those. Are you the one who's going to be calling the CID, or is it the commander who's going to be calling the CID? But what about if you are the one who actually witnessed it? Mm-hmm. Those things, right? But we know if you're the leader, you're a mandatory reporter in terms of that. And you got to know who is your brigade SHARP team. They are the one that can handle whether there'll be a sexual harassment or sexual assault, and can help along the way. I mean, really tons of help that we can provide for that individual, whether you bring them to our office and provide the hand warm over, right? Meaning you are not just going to tell them, hey, go to this place.
Okay.
I would like you as a leader to say, I would like you to telephone. Either I have the number, I want you to call our Brigade Sharp team.
Yeah.
If you want, I can walk you there. Let's physically see them,
Yeah.
so that you can get help, or telephone them and either just say, I'm going to ask the Sharp team to come and meet you here
Okay.
with me right now. I want you to feel safe.
Okay. So it's all about making sure that soldier, that individual knows that they're not in trouble. This is a good thing. We're trying to make sure that it doesn't happen to you again, and just to make sure that that person gets any additional help. Because for me, outside looking in, I could just say like, oh, it wasn't that big of a deal. However, it could be something way more that could have, there could be deep. It could be deeper than that. That might have been just the first time I saw it, but that might have been an ongoing thing. So for leaders, even at the lowest level, if they see something, they have to say something.
Say something. This is why we do the training. It is not death by PowerPoint or talk by PowerPoint. We provide resources in every training that we do. So it's important at least know your resources,
Okay.
right? And then whoever you talk to will guide you on the next step, especially if you go to the Brigade Sharp team.
Okay.
They will let you know.
I'm really glad that we were able to talk about what to do as a bystander whenever it comes to sharp incidents that might be happening, but what can we do as battle buddies or leaders in order to help our battle buddies that could have an issue with substance abuse?
Okay, thank you. That's a great question. Just recently, I did a wellness fair with one of my brigades, and I always get soldiers come up to my table. Well, I don't drink, but my battle buddy does. So great. You came over to the table. I always encourage the soldiers. It may not be you that is drinking. I have plenty of resources that you can take away and share with your battle buddy. One of the biggest tools that I like to use that soldiers find interesting is a wheel chart. It talks about the blood alcohol concentration. And I give them a quick training how to utilize that tool, and they get so excited when they can see how many drinks it's going to take me to get to this in my blood alcohol concentration, and how many drinks it's going to take for my blood alcohol concentration to get back down to 0.0. When they learn that, it's like their eyes light up. They get excited. Well, I can't wait to tell my battle buddy. So I always encourage the soldiers, whether it's you or not, come by my office. I can give you the resources. Read it, study it, put it in your toolkit. Share it with someone, because it may not be for you. It can be for that battle buddy that's in need.
See, I want, and you didn't bring one of those real charts, did you?
I guess you're going to have to get
I
one
guess
of
I'm going to
her
have to go
programs.
see her. So, see, that's how that works. Yeah, it's always the easy way. So, where are you guys located at?
Well, I'm located on the third floor of the Shoemaker Center.
Okay.
And for the Sharp Resource Program Office, it's actually across the hallway from Ms. Harris's office. It is also
Yes.
located at third floor of Shoemaker. So we are across from each other in that hallway.
Okay. And so, do you guys have any events going on this month, or anything that you guys want us to highlight
Oh, we got
for the month of April?
We have plenty, and the month of April is Sexual Assault Awareness Prevention Month. It's
Okay.
called the SAPM. So you will see a lot of teal ribbon all over Fort Hood, and some are already reaching out and the supporting some 501c off post. For the listeners that are listening today, I want you to hear the SAPM theme for this year. It's called Intervene. We are a team. There is an us, meaning U.S., right? Us, in trust. Can they trust in you? So that's our SAPM theme of the year. We have several things. 36 engineer, whoop whoop, right?
Yes.
They're having a full month of opening ceremony. They have displays from the Warrior Way Commissary and also Clear Creek.
Okay.
That's the 3rd and the 5th. They're having a 5K run and more displays at the main PX. It's always dangerous to go to the main PX. I feel like I
spend so much.
use a lot of money. So, and of course, the National Denim Day is on 26th of April, and they're also going to have a stand down. They're even having a victim advocate appreciation breakfast. I'm going to sign up for that. That's 26th of April. along with self-care day and seniors leaders training, 36 engineer are having it on. So this one is not in the month of April, but they are extending it to like 9th of May.
Okay.
They're inviting a guest speaker to talk to the seniors.
Okay.
Kudamsi, we can't forget about the hospital. So they are having a Do Your Part blood drive in the month of April, as well as Denim Day. They're also having a walk and a resource fair coming up April 21st. Give a shout out to our 48 Chemical Brigade, right? Woot woot. Spartans will always be Spartans. I'm going to say that's where I started when I was a victim advocate. So I can't forget them. They're having a Spartan SAPM virtual race.
Ooh.
Yes. So they're using the same thing where they will use the Apple Watch, Pacer, Nike, and they were something to do with the Nike results or something. I guess it's Apple Watch use, and they're going to record the distance and then add those per unit.
Yeah.
It seems like, hold on, 48 Chemical. It seems like I've done this before, but I love it. 'Cause this is with the height of COVID, we actually did this,
Yes.
the virtual. So they will all add how many miles, right, per unit.
Yeah.
Whichever unit had the higher number, and that's the winner. I think that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
That's
that
pretty
is pretty
cool because 48 is located in about 8 or 9 installation.
Yeah.
They have a yoga that will be available April 12, and they also have Denim Day. And I believe daily they have like Cam Coffee Talk. It's part of their prevention. I love it.
I'm going to have to write a note down to
89th
contact.
MP. I can't forget about our 89th MP. They're having a Teal Proclamation Day and also informational booth that will be around. They're having some kind of kickball day or something like that.
Okay.
From 09 to 1200.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's
That's a lot
plenty.
going on.
For us, we're having a team outreaching to Central Texas College. They're having a wellness fair on the 5th of April.
Okay.
And 6th of April, we're going to the People First Center, right, at the foyer as you go in there.
Yeah.
We'll have information table.
Okay.
Yep.
That is a lot going on.
It is the Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Yes, it is.
So you will see us wearing our teal, right? So
Yes.
A lot of teal going.
Rep the
on
teal.
April.
Make sure you wear denim on Denim Day.
Yes, Denim Days. What about you, Harris?
That's a lot. And well, April for the ASAP office is Alcohol Awareness Month.
Okay.
Yes, so we're kicking off our first campaign of the year in April. And our events will start off April 6th. I will be collaborating with 3 Core Mrs. Howell's Sharp team with FAB Family Advocacy Program. And we're going to be at the People's First Center over there, just putting out information, like she said. And then the 13th of April, we'll be at Shoemaker Center. We have a educational display set up as well. Then we have the 14th of April. Dun, dun, dun.
That's the big one.
Let's get crunk and not drunk.
Okay.
I am collaborating with MFLAC, collaborating with MWR, and the BOSS program.
Okay.
And we are focusing on alcohol free. And the biggest thing that I really want to push out of Alcohol Awareness Month, challenging soldiers, 72 hours, can you go alcohol free for that weekend? April 7th through the 9th. April 7th through the 9th, if you're listening, I'm challenging everyone, can you go alcohol free? So this is our focus when we come together on the 14th of April. Then we have April 20th, we have another educational display at the Soldier Development Center. And April 21st, I'll be collaborating with Credamsey's Sharp as Well Resource Fair. And April 27th, Credamsey, I will be out there with another educational display.
Okay.
We got a lot going on in April.
The whole month. There's story. I hear a lot of stories coming on.
Oh, yes. That's what I hear too.
Well, before we get out of here, can we just, if someone wants to get a hold of you, ma'am, Ms. Hall, over at the Sharp team, how do I get in contact with you?
You can, well, there's several things, right? One thing for those individuals, family member who would like to call, we have the Sharp hotline here at Fort Hood. And that will be, I'll give you that number, and I'm going to say it slowly.
Okay.
For Fort Hood Sharp hotline, this is manned 24/7, and a real person will actually answer this.
Okay.
They are credentialed, meaning it is certified credentialed by the National Organization of Victim Assistance to accept and take care of cases.
Okay.
So it's 254-319-4671.
Okay. Okay.
I think I'm going to repeat that again. So it's 254-319-4671. They also have another option, and it's called DOD Safe Helpline.
Okay.
That number is 877-995-5247. Other ways to get hold of the Safe Helpline is to Google it and actually just type in there, Safe Helpline.
Okay.
When that one comes, there's several choices. Either you call that number directly. There will also be a professional certified that will be online, and it's confidential.
Okay.
There's also the chat where there's somebody there that will chat with that individual. There's also a chat room that they can attend for those male who only set aside their time on weekends because it's busy. There is a room every Sunday afternoon, particularly for male.
Okay.
So if you're listening today and you need that help, I challenge you to look. Right? Go to Safe Helpline and Google that. There's plenty of help. And even calling the 254-319-4671, that person that will answer, if you're a family member and you have a question about what policy, where can you get this, who will answer, call that number. They can also educate you. I challenge that because they are a certified individual, and those people that answer that are educated. Yeah, absolutely.
And Ms. Harris, if someone, be it a civilian, Department of the Army civilian, or a soldier, where could they reach out to your office at?
Well, we have the EAP, which is the Employee Assistance Program for all Department of the Army civilian employees and their family members, retirees, and eligible family members of active duty soldiers can come out and make an appointment with our counselors over there. And I have a phone number for them. Their number that you can be reached at 254-287-2434. 254-287-2434. And someone will be there to be able to assist them and counsel them.
Okay. And as far as just active duty service members or Guard or Reserve, how would they reach out?
For active duty and Guard Reserve, if you feel that you may have a substance use problem, like I mentioned earlier, I encourage you to self-referral, and that begins by stopping by your EBH clinic. Go by your EBH clinic, speak to a counselor over at the EBH clinic, and they have clinicians over there to support and help you. And if you're not sure if you want to reach out to EBH clinic, afraid of someone may see you going there, there is a number that you can call. I'm going to leave this number with you all. You can call 1-800-662-HELP.
Okay.
That is the National Helpline for Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration, SAMHSA. It's confidential. It's 24/7, 365 days a year. Treatment, referral, and information services are in Spanish and in English.
Okay. Well, I I think that's all. We like to thank you guys for coming out on the show this afternoon. And we look forward to all of the events that we're going to be able to come out and see over the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your resources.
I'd like to bring in a small departing thoughts here
Mm-hmm.
for those individual who is listening to the sound of my voice right now, and it's just heavy, and you feel like you want to talk to someone. I want you to reach out. Google that Safe Helpline. Get help. For those individuals who may face this kind of conversation, it is not always easy to know what to say when someone tells you they're being sexually violated. It's not easy. It's not easy for me, and I've been doing this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it's coming from a friend, battle buddy, and a family member. But just let them know that you care, you believe them, and that you're here for them. Don't say the word should, right? Make it genuine and know the resources. You have got to know the resources for you who heard it, who heard their story, and also for that individual that you heard from. So I thank you for those who have already seek help and continuously seeking help. I thank you for allowing those individuals, the helpers, to hear you and continuously seeking help. It's a community affair. We are here for you. So I just thought about that.
All right. Well, that's the best way to end the show, the end the segment on the show. We appreciate you guys for coming out.
Thank you for having us.
If you've got problems and feel like you just can't get answers, there's a place for you to turn. The Inspector General's Hotline. They take your issues seriously. If you're at the end of your rope and need someone to reach out to, grab a pen and take down this number. 254-287-7209. That's 254-287-7209. The Fort Hood office of the Inspector General. They inspect generals, so you don't have to.
Yeah, it's always great to have good people come in and give us great information about the programs that they offer here on the installation.
We have a lot more programs than people would assume, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. It's always good to It's always good to have great information at your fingertips.
Yes, it is. You're looking at me. I thought you would do more of like a speaking of. I'll just go right for it. I'll introduce myself. Hello, everybody. I'm Samantha Harms with the Garrison Public Affairs Office. No thanks to Eric, but here we are. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of great information, thank you for that segue. That's good.
I'm only here for segues.
I see that. Yeah. Okay. So this week, in the Fort Hood Sentinel, the news briefs, we're going to do a little quick recap of what those are. Pearl, you and I were actually talking about one of these events
Whoop, whoop.
right
Let's
before.
Get crunk.
Yes, the Let's Get Crunk. Obviously, we just had the ASAP folks come on and talk about it. But as a reminder, that's on the 14th of April. Starts at 11 a.m. and is at the Boss headquarters. So if you want to participate, call them. Their phone number is 254-287-6116. And then after that, we have the Army Reserve birthdays coming up.
Ooh.
They're celebrating 115 years.
That's pretty old.
Super old. So to celebrate,
Kinda.
they're going to host a 10-mile fun run.
Ooh.
Which sounds not fun to me, but for some people who like that, it will be very fun.
Yeah, it's just to admit that it's not.
If you like running, it's fun.
If you like
Nobody
running,
likes
yes.
running.
But if you also don't like running, they're going to have a 5K and a 10K for people who may not want to run 10 miles. So
Nice.
yes. So that
5K is
gonna
only
be
like 3 miles. So totally doable.
Anybody could do that. You could walk the 3 miles. I've done that before.
You walk. The
Yeah, I've
5K.
walked a 5K before.
I've tried to run it and ended up walking.
It happens.
Cross country. Woo.
Nailed it. Okay, so they're going to host that on April 22nd. The Mobilization Support Brigade is in charge of this. So if you want to register, there is a link that we'll put it in little show notes so you can click on it and register. Soldiers, civilians, retirees, and families are all invited.
Check the show notes.
Very exciting. And then what else we got? Fort Hood Family and Morale, Welfare, and Recreation is going to be hosting another American Red Cross lifeguard certification classes, April 20th through the 23rd. So these are online classes with in-person water skills held at the Abrams Indoor Pool.
Get your summer jobs, y'all.
That's right. Yes, they're actively hiring for this. So for more information, you can check out their website, which is hood.armymwr.com. Whoop, whoop. Very exciting. And then last but not least is just a reminder for folks that we are going to be redesignating to Fort Cavazos.
What?
Which is very exciting. We talked about it a little last week. So if you did not listen to that episode, Fort Hood is going to become Fort Cavazos on May 9th. We're going to have a ceremony here.
Very fancy ceremony.
Yes.
You're darn right we will.
Yes, absolutely. And unfortunately, due to size, we can't have the public come, but we're going to be hosting it, live streaming it on our Facebook page.
So watch it, y'all.
So
join us virtually.
perfect time to follow us on social media. Obviously,
plug.
Got to get that plug in.
No big
Slight
deal.
plug.
Yeah. But yeah, it's at USAG Fort Hood. So follow us there.
Got to finish off the plug.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Interrupt. I'll finish. Don't worry.
Well, we have a lot of fun things coming up.
Yeah. There's so much going on. So many things to do.
Not to mention the 4-day weekend.
For some people.
I was going to say,
For some
it's
people.
not for
Well,
most. It's just for soldiers.
I don't get a 4-day
Well,
weekend either,
nah.
actually.
Oh, we have a slight
Yeah, I was
shade.
gonna say, not all the soldiers are going to get the 4-day, but if you're not going into the field, enjoy your 4-day for us.
Please.
Send
Have fun.
pictures.
Send pictures. Let us know
Enjoy
how
the
you're
nice
enjoying your
weather.
day. I love that.
Outside of that, do we have anything else fun and exciting coming up over the next week or so?
Not coming up, but I do have something to mention while we have her on. A slight recap of March Madness, Sports with Sam, while Sam is here.
You can't see my face, but I really don't want to talk about this. So
Neither do I, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. San Diego State lost in the championship, but it is the first time in our program's history that San Diego State Aztecs made it to the Final Four and the championship, and the first time in a while that a California school made it.
I was rooting for them. We like
Thank
an
you.
underdog.
Yes.
Yeah.
The UConn, I watched the game on Saturday and I got up and left because I was so upset.
Is this basketball?
Yes,
Basketball,
it is.
yes.
It's
Basketball.
basketball.
It's the
I
court
remember
one.
March equals basketball.
Yes.
So, big brain power over here.
Yes.
Oh boy.
So it was disappointing game, but glad to see that they were out there giving it their all. And congratulations to all the teams that competed.
Yes, I also want to make a quick shout out to the women's.
Yes, I didn't see
Teams?
who won, but
Louisiana,
That's right.
LSU.
I
Yes.
was rooting for Iowa.
Don't say that.
Awkward.
Awkward.
Louisiana. But I want to say is that so many people tuned in to that game. It is one of like the most watched female sporting events now, which
Oh my
makes
gosh.
Ever.
my heart happy.
That is amazing.
That all these people are tuning in and supporting women's basketball and just women's sports in general.
Whoop,
We love
whoop.
that.
That was all Kim Mulkey right there.
Mm-hmm.
Kim Mulkey she used to coach the Lady Bears. She was amazing. So, and then she went over to LSU and, hey, made it work over there too. So,
Heck yeah.
Well,
What do
look,
you do?
They won a championship.
Powerhouse.
Did.
Woo.
Congratulations to them.
Very,
Absolutely.
very big congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah,
all right.
love
Well,
that.
I think that's about it for this week. Anything?
I always feel like I'm getting schooled whenever we do the sports with Sam
I'm so
segments.
sorry. Oh, I do have one more thing.
Oh.
So this week is supposed to be book and movie of the month.
Ooh.
Which we usually do at the beginning. We're gonna move it to next week just because this week's already packed full of stuff.
Yes.
So much.
Make sure you guys wait for that. I'm so sorry we have to push back a week, but
Oh,
I know.
so sad.
I can tell.
can
Your
tell.
face seems really sad.
Someone else said they were going to be on the do a book review, but we're still waiting on that.
I gotta read a book.
Wait, you just told us that you read books.
Yeah.
Well,
A
I read
book.
a book.
That counts.
Did
That
we?
counts.
Did we already? I don't know if we already did the book in a book review yet.
If you
Your
want to
book?
do
No, we haven't.
We haven't.
I don't think so.
Oh, I could definitely do it then.
it. Okay. Well,
Okay.
see.
All right.
Well, I guess
love
you'll have to
that.
find out what that is for next week.
That's right. We will talk to you then.
Bye.
This podcast is a U.S. Army Garrison Fort Hood and Fort Hood Public Affairs production. The show's theme music is written and produced by Delicious All Stars. All our music is obtained through Filter by Song Trader. Have a question or want to share some insights with us? Email us at forthoodpao@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at USAG Fort Hood. And as always, be sure to leave a review and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.